Alright, so this is a word problem from the learning guide. So word problems, very important to read them quite a few times. I just read it once and then just to get what the question is asking, and then I read it again and I underline the math. Those are my first two reads of the question. So Michaela and Aaliyah play on the same basketball team. In one game, Michaela scored 1/5 of the team's points, and Aaliyah scored 1/10 of the team's points. Together, they scored a total of 42 points. How many points did the team score? Okay, so we're going to read it again, and we're going to see what is important for our math equation and what's not. So the first sentence, Michaela and Aaliyah play on the same basketball team. That might be important, but it's not important for our math. In one game, Michaela scored 1/5 of the team's points. That's going to be important for our question. Michaela scored 1/5 of the team's points, and Aaliyah scored 1/10 of the team's points. Together, they scored a total of 42 points. So we're just going to highlight. Michaela scored 1/5 of the team's points. Aaliyah scored 1/10 of the team's points. And together they scored a total of 42 points. How many points did the team score? So this last sentence tells us what we're looking for. And generally in a word problem, the last sentence will tell you what you're looking for. How many points did the team score? So the thing I'm looking for, my variable x, I'm going to let that be the number of points the team scored. So this should answer that question. How many points did the team score? So x is the number of points the team scored. So that makes sense. Now we have to take the math information they gave you. Michaela scored 1/5 of the team's points. So that would be 1/5 x. That's Michaela. And Aaliyah scored 1/10 of the team's points. So 1/10 x. Together they scored a total of 42 points. So this is Michaela scored this, and then Aaliyah, and together they scored 42 points. So Michaela's points plus Aaliyah's points should equal 42, and that would be my equation. Michaela's points plus Aaliyah's points equal 42. So 1/5 times the number of points scored plus 1/10 times the number of points scored equals 42. I'm going to read this again and make sure we wrote our equation right. Michaela scored 1/5 of the team's points, so that's right there, 1/5 times x. Aaliyah scored 1/10 of the team's points, so 1/10 times x. Together they scored 42 points. Michaela plus Aaliyah's equals 42. And x is the number of points the team scored. We're going to solve this. And since there's more than one fraction here, I am going to multiply by the LCD. So if you look at 5 and 10, the LCD is 10. It's the first common multiple that they both have in common. I'm going to multiply each fraction or each term by 10 over 1. So 10 over 1 times 1/5 is 10 over 5 x. 10 over 1 times 1/10 is 10 over 10 x. And 42 times 10 is 420. And now we reduce. 10 divided by 5 is 2x. Plus 10 divided by 10 is 1x. equals 420. So again, we multiplied every single term by the LCD and we canceled out our denominators. And then we solve like normal. So we have to simplify. Okay, 3x equals 420. 3 times x equals 420. The opposite of multiplying by 3 is dividing by 3. And 420 divided by 3 is 140. So x equals 140. And there we go. So that means we're saying the total number of points that the team scored was 120, or 140. I would write a sentence. The team scored 140 points. And then I would do a quick check with my calculator to make sure that makes sense. So 1/5, 1 divided by 5 times 140 plus, and in my calculator just go brackets, 1 divided by 10 times 140. Does this all equal 42? And it does on my calculator. So I just plugged it in my calculator to check. So the left side right here, we'll write out our equation again. So my equation was 1/5 x plus 1/10 x equals 42. And on my calculator, I stuck 140 in for x. And I got that to equal 42. So the left side equals the right side. And we're good. Okay, thanks. There's your first word problem.